Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see in the future. Click that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications. That way you get notified every single time I upload a video. In today's video, we are going to go into chapter 18 of Good Girl, Bad Blood. I'm sorry for shaking the camera. Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. It's getting more and more interesting, and I can't wait for us to find out what's happening with Jamie. Ooh, yeah, let's get right into it. And as always, don't forget your daily dose of Dr. Pepper. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 18. Pip returned the scrap of paper in her hand, running her eyes over the list she scribbled 30 minutes ago. Layla, 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 Layla. This is impossible, Connor said, sitting back from Pip's desk in defeat in a chair she borrowed from the kitchen. Pip spun impatiently in her own chair, letting the breeze disturb the list in her hands. Annoying, our Catfish chose a name with so many freaking different spellings. They tried searching for the name on Facebook and Instagram, but without a last name or even knowing the correct form of the first name, the search results were numerous and useless. They tried reverse image searching all of Stella Chapman's Instagram photos, but that hadn't led anywhere either. Clearly, Layla's versions had been manipulated enough that the algorithm couldn't locate them. We're never going to find her, Connor said. There was a faint triple knock on her bedroom door. Go away, Pip said, scrolling down a page of Layla's on Instagram. The door skittered open and Robbie stood there, lips pursed in front and one eyebrow raised. Oh, not you. Pip looked up and smiled, breaking across her face. I thought it was Josh again. Sorry, hi. Hi, Robbie said, an amused half-smile on his face as he raised both eyebrows in greeting to Connor. He walked over to the desk and sat beside the laptop, resting one foot on Pip's chair, tucking it under her thigh. How was the rest of the trial today? Pip looked up at him as he wiggled his toes against her leg in a hidden hello that Connor couldn't see. It was okay. He narrowed his eyes to look at what they were doing on her screen. Final victim gave her testimony this morning, and they presented Andy Bell's burner phone to try to prove it was Max who regularly bought rohypnol from her. Then the defense kicked off after lunch break, called Max's mom to the stand first. Oh, how'd that go? Asked Pip. Epps asked her about Max's childhood. When he almost died of leukemia at age 7, his mom talked about his bravery during the illness, how sensitive and caring and sweet he was, how quiet and shy Max was in school. After the all clear because he'd been held back a year, how he's carried these traits into adulthood. She was pretty convincing, he said. Well, I think that's because she is convinced that her son isn't a rapist, Pip said. Epps is probably ecstatic. That's like hitting the gold mine. What's better than childhood cancer to humanize a client? My thoughts exactly, Robbie said. We'll record the update later, yeah? What are we doing now? Looking for the Catfish? That's not how you spell Layla, he added, pointing. It's one of the many ways, Pip sighed. We're getting nowhere here. What about the sighting by the bookstore guy? Robbie asked. Yeah, I think it was legit, she said. 11:45, walking halfway up Revel Road, 4 eyewitnesses. Well, Connor said quietly, they didn't agree on everything. No, Robbie said. Slightly conflicting accounts on what Jamie was wearing, Pip said. 2 saw him in a burgundy shirt. 2 thought he was wearing something like a hoodie instead. She turned to Connor. Small inconsistencies, but 4 people swearing they saw your brother with otherwise matching accounts. We can trust that. 11:45, Robbie thought aloud. That's over an hour from the last sighting, and it doesn't take over an hour to walk from Hickmore to Weevil Road. No, it doesn't. Pip picked up his thread. Jamie must have stopped somewhere in between, and I'm betting it has something to do with Layla. You think so? Connor asked. He speaks to Stella at the Calamity Party, Pip said. Finds out that Layla's been catfishing him. He's next seen outside on his phone, where he appears agitated and mentions calling the police. He had to be calling his Layla, confronting her with what he just found out. Jamie had felt betrayed, upset, hence George's description of his behavior. What happens afterward, wherever Jamie was going, it has to be relevant to Layla. She's had to explain that more than once, I can tell. Robbie said conspiracially to Connor. Heads up, she hates doing that. I'm learning, Connor said. Pip flashed Robbie an angry look. At least he could read her eyes, reacting right away. She's also annoyingly always right, so Right, next plan, Pip said. Make a Tinder profile. I just said you were always right, Robbie replied, voice shrilled and playful. To catch a catfish? Pip whacked him on a knee. We're not going to find Layla by blindly searching the name. At least on Tinder we can narrow down the search field by location. From Stella's interview, it didn't seem that Jamie was surprised at seeing Layla in Fairview, just specifically at the Calamity Party. That makes me think she told him she was local. They just never met up in real life because, well, catfish. Pip downloaded the Tinder app on her phone and started making a new profile, her thumb hovering over the name box. What name should we use? Robbie asked. Pip looked up at him, the question already in her eyes. You want me to put you on the dating site? He said. You're a weird kind of girlfriend. It's just easier because I already have photos of you. We'll delete the profile right after. Fine, Robbie smirked, but you can't use these to win any future arguments. Right, Pip said, typing the bio now. Enjoys mannish things like football and fishing. Aha, Robbie said, catfishing. You too, Connor remarked, flicking his eyes between them like he was watching a tennis match. Pip clicked through the settings to alter preferences. Let's keep it local within a 3-mile radius. We want it to show us women, she said, tapping the slider button beside the option. And the age range, well, no. Jamie thought Layla was older than 18, so let's put the age range between 19 and 26. Yep, sounds good, Connor said. Okay, Pip saved the settings. Let's fish. Robbie and Connor huddled forward, watching over Pip's shoulder as she swiped left through potential matches. She skipped through about 20 before she recognized anyone. So, from the bookstore. Pip kept swiping on, names and faces blurring, her thumb starting to ache as Robbie began to fidget impatiently, and then suddenly, another face she knew. Naomi Ward was grinning up at them. We won't mention that to her, Pip said, continuing moving Naomi's photo aside, and there it was. She wasn't expecting it so soon. It crept up on her as she almost swiped past it, her thumb stalling just before it hit the screen. Layla. Oh my God, she said. Layla with an AY, 25, less than a mile away. Less than a mile away? Creepy, Connor said, shuffling closer for a better look. Pip scrolled through the 4 photos on Layla's profile. They were pictures of Stella Chapman, stolen from her Instagram, but they'd been cropped, flipped, and filtered. And the main difference, Layla's hair was ash blonde. It was done well. Layla must have played with the hue and layers on Photoshop. Reader, learner, traveler. Robbie read from her bio, dog lover, and above all other things, passionate breakfaster. Sounds approachable, Pip said. Yeah, she's right, said Robbie. Breakfast is the best. It is a catfish, you were right, Connor sputtered over a sharp intake of breath. Stella, but blonde? Why? Blondes have more fun, apparently, Pip said, flicking through Layla's photos again. Well, you're brunette and you actively hate fun, so yeah, true fat, said Robbie, affectionately scratching the back of Pip's head. Aha, she pointed to the button of the bio where it said Insta at Layla M, her Instagram handle. Go to it, Connor said. I am. She opened the Instagram app, then typed in the handle into the search bar. Stella's edited face peered up at them from the top of the result, and Pip clicked the profile. Layla Mead, 32 posts, 503 followers, 101 following. Most of the photos were taken from Stella's page, her hair now a natural ashy blonde, but the same piercing smile and perfect hazel eyes. Stella does look old in most of these photos, Connor said. I don't mean old, but like older in her 20s. There were other photos without Stella, an over-filtered shot of the cafe on Main Street looking cozy and inviting, and farther down a photo of the rolling fields near Robbie's house, an orange setting sun clinging to the sky. Pip scrolled down to check the very first post, a photo of Stella/Layla cuddling a beagle puppy. She captioned it, Overhaul, new aesthetic, oh, and a puppy. The first post was uploaded on February 16th, so that's when Layla was born, Robbie said, just over 2 months ago. Pip looked at Connor at this time. He was able to read what she was going to say before she did. Yes, he said, that fits. Jamie must have started talking to her mid-March. That's when his mood changed and he seemed happier again, always on his phone. A lot of the followers in that time. Pip checked down the list of followers. Jamie's on here, but most of them look like bots or inactive accounts. She probably bought her followers. Layla does not mess around, Robbie said, typing at Pip's computer now in his lap. Hold up, Pip said, fixating on another name that had liked one of Layla's most recent photos, Adam Clark. She stared at Connor, both widening their eyes in recognition. Ravi picked up the exchange. "What?" he asked. "That's our new history teacher," Connor said as Pip clicked the name to double-check it was him. His profile was set to private, but the display picture was clearly him. A wide smile with small Christmas baubles attached to his ginger-flecked beard. "I guess Jamie isn't the only person Layla's been talking to," Pip said. "Stella doesn't take history, and Mr. Clark's new, so maybe he doesn't know he's talking to a catfish using Stella's photos. If he is talking to her, that is." "Aha," Ravi said, spinning the laptop on the heel to the land. "Layla Mead has Facebook too. The very same pictures the first also posted February 16th. He turned the screen back and read on. Excuse me. "She did a status update that day saying new account because I forgot the password to my old one." "A likely story, Layla," said Pip, returning to Layla's page, and not Stella, glittering smile. "We should try to message her, right? She wasn't really asking all three of them knew it. She's the person most likely to know what happened to Jamie, where he is." You think she's definitely a she?" Connor asked. "I mean, yeah. Jamie's been speaking on the phone with her." "Oh, right. Why are you going to message her then?" "Well," Pip chewed on her lip, thinking, "it can't come from me or Ravi or the podcast, or even you, Connor. If she has anything to do with Jamie, she might know we're connected to him and that we're looking into his disappearance. I think we have to be careful and approach her as a stranger just looking to talk, see if we can gradually work out who she really is or what she knows about Jamie. Gratefully, Catfish don't like to get caught. We can't just make a new account, though. She'd be suspicious. Seeing 0 followers," said Ravi. "Damn, you're right," Pip muttered. I have an idea," Connor said, phrasing it like a question, the end of the sentence climbing up and abandoning him below. Well, I have another Instagram account, an anonymous one. I'm into photography, black and white photography," he said with an embarrassed shrug. "Not people, it's like birds and buildings and stuff. Never told anyone because I knew Aunt would be a dick about it." "Really?" Pip said. "That could work. How many followers?" "A good amount," he said, "and I don't follow any of you guys, so no connection there." "That's perfect. Good thinking." She smiled, holding out her phone. "Could you sign in on mine?" "Yeah." Connor took her phone, tapping away at the keyboard and handing it back. "And on in frame." Pip read out the account names, eyes sweeping down the first row of grid no farther than in case Connor didn't want to share. "These are really good, Con." Excuse me. "Thank you." Pip navigated her way back to Layla Mead's profile and clicked on the message button, bringing up a new private message page and an input box waiting for her. "Okay, what do I say? What vocabulary do strangers typically use when they slide into DMs?" Ravi laughed. "Don't ask me," he said. "I've never slid into any DMs. Connor? I don't know. Maybe we could just go with, 'Hey, how are you?'" "Yeah, that works," Ravi said. "Innocent enough until we know how she likes to talk to people." "Okay," Pip said, typing it in, trying to ignore that her fingers were shaking. "Should I go for the flirty, hey, double Y?" "Why not?" Ravi said, and she knew immediately the pun he was attempting. "Right, everyone ready?" She looked at them both. "Should I press send?" "Yes," Connor said, while Ravi shot her a finger gun. Pip faltered thumb hovering over the send button, reading back her words. She ran them through her mind until they sounded misshapen and nonsensical. Then she took a breath and pressed send. The message jumped to the top of the page, now encased in a grayed-out bubble. "I did it," she said, exhaling, dropping the phone into her lap. "Good, now we wait," Ravi said. "Not for long," Connor said, leaning back over at the phone. "It says seen." "Shit," Pip said, raising her phone again. "Layla's seen it. Oh my god." And as they watched, something else appeared, the word typing on the left side of the screen. "She's typing. Shit, she's already typing." Her voice felt tight and panicked, like it had outgrown her throat. "Calm down," Ravi said, jumping off the desk so he could watch the screen too. Typing disappeared, and in its place a new message. Pip read it and her heart dropped. "Hello, Pip," it said. That was all it said. Fuck! Ravi's grip stiffened on her shoulder. "How'd she know it was you? How the fuck did she know?" I don't like this," Connor said, shaking his head. "Guys, I'm getting a bad feeling about this." "Shh," Pip hissed, though she couldn't hear it if either of them was still talking, not over-hammering them with filled ears. Layla's typing again, typing, and it disappeared, typing, again it disappeared, typing. And the second message, it appeared in a white box. "You're getting closer." that is the end of chapter 18. I will see you guys in the next video for chapter 19. It is getting so good, and oh my goodness. But yeah, bye.